Well, Angel, here we are in Kananaskis, Alberta for the CDDA annual general meeting and convention. Who knew 274 days later we'd be here talking about Bring It to the Surface and doing the launch?
It's pretty incredible because when we asked the questions to the delegates at the conference in Niagara Falls, and we asked them 4 questions, right? And we asked them, is mental health in the workplace relevant? And what was it? Like 100% of the people in the room said yes. And we asked them a couple of questions, and very quickly you were able to start doing things. So when PDAC happened in March, you launched Bring It to the Surface. That's pretty incredible with only a 274-day window.
It was incredible. And to think that this started with a company contacting the CDDA to say, there's a crisis for mental health within our industry. And I feel that it would be great for the CDDA to address it, to come together as a community in the drilling industry and bring light to the fact that mental health is real. And that we need to start to get our drillers to start talking about it, not just our drillers, but all parts of the company, and to let them know that the stigmas, to get rid of that stigma, to start to talk about it and say that we're here and we understand and it's okay to talk about it.
It's absolutely okay to talk about it. And it's absolutely okay to say, are you okay? And it's okay to answer, I'm not okay. But you just can't stay there, right? So what your organization is doing is helping them on that mental health journey, which is so very important because it can be very scary, it can be very timely, and it can be very costly. So as an organization, CDDA, doing it on whole is so very helpful to your member firms. They don't have to go through this journey alone. And the resources that you're going to be posting is tangible information that they can use in their own companies as they're having their journeys. And a 2021 Alberta study of the oil sands, which are rotational fly-in, fly-out workers, suggests that this isn't going away. We've done, like your organization, a fabulous job neck down. Now it's time for neck up. And much like the minerals that your clients are mining and bringing to the surface, you have to do something with those minerals once you bring them to the surface. Like you said yesterday in your call to action, hey, this just isn't a campaign about t-shirts and brochures.
It's about the conversation.
Yeah.
And that's the thing when it first started, some of the companies, when you're presenting the actual, okay, this is what the CDDA is doing. And, with such a great marketing team at Clark Communications, bring it to the surface to us and maintain your head assembly. It just brought everything to light too. And then it would be, well, what do I get for becoming an ambassador? And it was quick to say, you will receive t-shirts, but it's not about the t-shirts. The t-shirts is just to get the communication going and let people know, and the awareness. It's keeping the conversation going.
Like when we talked to Paul House yesterday, the CEO of IMDAX, who's a proud supporter of this program and CDDA, he talked about putting people first. And that's really what the mental health and psychological safety is really about. It's the right thing to do because you care about the people. When we talk to supervisors about mental health, they'll often tell you their teams are their families. And yes, they've gone through the ranks and they've been given the title of supervisor because they do a fabulous job, but they haven't been given those soft skills. And they're having their team members come to them and say, this is going on in my life and this is going on in my life. And they really don't have the tools. And now with your guidance, they're going to be having these tools on the website that they can access really timely. So they don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? It's much like the neck down health and safety, steal. Give people credit once you steal it, but use what's out there. There's some amazing, amazing resources.
And that was one of the things when we were speaking with the drillers was, I don't want my employer to know that I'm suffering from mental health. If I go to my employer and tell them, or if I access my benefits program, they're going to know. So this health and wellness website that we launched on behalf of the CDDA and starting with Bring It to the Surface allows them to go to a third-party place to access their benefits package that will help them through their journey.
The point that you mentioned about people not wanting to access their employee assistance program, it's widespread. That Alberta study said 57% of people would not access their program for that reason. They're concerned it's not going to be confidential. So you taking the step to do that is phenomenal, because when somebody reaches out for help, 80% of the people will feel better. I'm not much of a gambler, but that's quite a statistic. 80% of us who reach out for help will feel better. So we have these employee assistance programs, right, that aren't being used because people are concerned about confidentiality. So I think your CDDA overreaching that's going to be a really positive step. And the more that people access the programming under employee assistance programs, it's going to go back to what you were saying earlier about erasing the stigma, stamping it out, getting rid of it, making it okay to say, I'm not okay and I need the help.
And one of the great things about the health and wellness page that we've created is it's not just going to be about mental health. It's going to be about all the parts of a healthy lifestyle. And I think many of our companies did not realize the other benefits for the assistance program that's available. Like if you need a lawyer, a nutritionist, all different parts, and for their family too, and what's available for their families. So I think this program has brought light to a lot of areas and that they can get assistance in if needed, and to talk about those areas well. So the health and wellness page might be starting with Bring It to the Surface, but I'm very excited to see what other we bring on there for our members to be able to benefit from and access in health and wellness.
And like everything that you've done, Louise, through CDDA, you go to the members. You're very passionate about that. This does not belong to you. It belongs to them. So what's keeping them up at night? How can you best help them? So they're really going to lead the development of what Bring It to the Surface starts looking like. And at the website, cdda.ca, and your health and wellness page, and your Bring It to the Surface, they're going to have a huge, huge part in what that looks like and where their needs are.
I think the next step for us is to start to get people to take the pledge. Going to the health and wellness page, taking the pledge, getting on board and starting the conversation. That page needs to be used within their organizations. I'm excited to see with all the different information we've developed and marketing tools for them to use in-house and where it goes with that and how many people get on board and where we can go from there.
Yeah, because they could certainly bring it to an in-house, like a safety day, or if they're having a team meeting, bring that up. And now they can back it up with, and here are some resources for you. Because you certainly don't want to just be introducing a mental health topic and not have anything to back it up, because people traditionally have questions.
And we want them to make it their own too. Maybe they want to have a health or Bring It to the Surface day. Everybody wear their t-shirt, bring $2 to donate to the Mental Health Society or whatever it is. I want them to take this campaign and make it however they want to make it for their organizations and their companies.
When you just thought what top of mind happened when we were at PDAC and we were very busy at the booth, right? Everybody wanted to talk about the program. They'd heard about it. They'd seen the t-shirts. They wanted to know what the ideology was behind it. I mean, we had every corner of the world. Plus, do you remember that psychologist that was talking to us about the program? And it was a sense of real accomplishment for CDDA because the comments were, wow, what a great idea. Predominantly male, remote work.
Yes, remote work.
What a fantastic initiative, because for so long we haven't talked about it and we have to.
And let's talk about the ambassadors that have come on board for the Bring It to the Surface. We have many ambassadors that come on financially and non-financially. And the reason for the financial part is to have somebody with your expertise to come aboard and to help guide us through this journey. Because it's not about you or I or what we want. It's about now those ambassadors joining us, coming together as a community and deciding, okay, where do we go with this? What are the needs within our companies? Where do we see the information to be need? What do we need? So this is the most exciting part for me, is building a community from the Bring It to the Surface ambassadors.
It's because the follow-up to the conference is going to be that, right? Getting these ambassadors together and doing the brainstorming as to what direction do we go for the next 274 days. Because you've certainly met the goals from the conversation, 274 days. So now you have to keep the momentum going. And we
can't do that without the ambassadors.
No, they're going to lead the change and be the charge, the early adopters, and the ones that others will follow, right?
Yes.
And they believe in the project. That's why they came on as financial supporters, as spokespersons, because there's a passion there.
Correct.
And often your passion for a topic is when it becomes personal to you.
Yes.
So you either have a family member who's living with mental illness or mental health challenges, or your workplace has been affected by it. I mean, 500,000 Canadians miss work each and every week. And then there's the whole component of people who are at work, but that's the whole subject of presenteeism. So our professionals, our ambassadors certainly know that it's a topic that they need to tackle. And like Paul House said, it's people first.
So I'm super excited to launch the health and wellness page here at the annual general meeting and to tell the members where we are today, how we responded to their need, about the message growing, to share with the soft lunch at PDAC and how overwhelming it was for me to see everybody coming together and talking about it. It was nothing that I ever could imagine that happened at PDAC. I left there feeling I was overwhelmed with the response on it. So I'm very, very excited to launch it here at the annual general meeting and to bring all of our ambassadors together to celebrate the success.
And you're certainly the lead ambassador leading the change.
Thanks.
So congratulations.